weeks ago. He did it pitching for the Padres. He's a free agent now. He wants to pitch for the Mariners, but he's a Seattle kid, and he raised the 12th man flag in his hometown here tonight. Seattle won the toss. Defer the option in the second half, so Jason Myers is going to kick it off for the Seahawks. Good return man and Ray McLeod back for San Francisco. Sometimes this time of year to come out here, it can be wet, it can be damp, it is dry, but it's cool. Temperature hovering in the low 40s. Hope you're with the people you love. Hope you had an awesome day. Thanks for letting us finish it with you. Settle in for the last course of Thanksgiving 2023. Ray, gonna bring it. Here we go. McLeod squeezing through that one to the 29-yard line. That's where the San Francisco offense will get going.
Brock Purdy, Iowa State.
Christian McCaffrey, Stanford.
Kyle Juszczyk, Harvard.
Brandon Ayuk, Arizona State.
Deebo Samuel, University of South Carolina.
George Kittle, Titan University.
Trent Williams, University of Oklahoma.
Aaron Banks, Notre Dame. Jake Brendel, UCLA.
John Feliciano, the U.
Colton McKivitz, West Virginia.
Feliciano's in at right guard. Spencer Burford's out. We're going to watch the guards. Banks didn't practice much this week. We'll watch that, and you'll hear the noise. Loudest place in the league gets going. The 29, Purdy, McCaffrey, catch and run. What else is new with this team? Gain of 13 to the 42 to get things going. Julian Love over there on the tackle with Quadri Diggs.
So many weapons for this San Francisco 49ers offense, and maybe this is the #1 threat. Christian McCaffrey coming out of the backfield. And one thing that San Francisco does so well is they get the ball to these great athletes and just let them run after the catch. True of Ayuk, true of George Kittle, certainly true of Deebo Samuel.
No snap, Purdy's got it, he's pressured. Gets away and fires it downfield towards Kittle. Couldn't get the feet in bounds. Went up. In the old days, it would have been a force out. But you can do that now. Diggs knocked him out of bounds. Incomplete.
You hit on the rule change from a few years ago. It used to be that may have been ruled a catch. I think the NFL finally decided it was impossible to officiate that. Said to heck with it. You push them out, you're out.
There's Purdy. There's some of the numbers, too. Last week in Tampa had a maximum passer rating. Part of a very good first full season as the starter. He took over week 14 last year, the last pick in the draft in 2022. Little low snap on 2nd and 10. A good push inside. He gets it out underneath, complete around midfield. That's Charlie Warner with a catch. That's something new. It's his first target of the year. And he's very close to a first down for the tight end out of Georgia.
Nice job by Brock Purdy. First of all, just getting the snap. A little low on a couple of them so far, but I think it's no surprise to us, Mike, that Brock Purdy just bends down, throws a completion, and no big deal. It seems that nothing phases this young man.
Third and 1. McCaffrey got the first down. Pulled down by the defensive lineman, Draymond Jones. Let's meet that Seattle defense.
Darrell Taylor, Tennessee. Leonard Williams, USC.
Jaron Reed, Goldsboro High School.
Draymond Jones.
The
Boyd Mafe, Unilab.
Bobby Wagner, Ontario, California.
Jordan Brooks, Texas Tech.
Devin Witherspoon, Illinois.
Quandre Diggs, Angleton.
Jamal Adams, LSU.
Tariq Woolen, University of Texas, San Antonio.
Get Jamal Adams back in there. Woolen, part of a good pair of young corners for this Seahawks defense. Niners on the move nicely to start. Back to McCaffrey again. He's used a lot, and that's why. So good in the open field. McCaffrey to the 17-yard line.
So much of the San Francisco 49ers, you think about them going outside zone, but ever since Christian McCaffrey came to this team, he said, I don't know what it is, but I kind of like running between the tackles inside there. And he just consistently makes big plays as teams overrun to the outside.
26 on that one. He takes a break. Purdy on the boot, looking deep, it's covered. Gonna use those legs, get thrown out of bounds. At the 13-yard line, Jordan Brooks tore his ACL on New Year's Day. Here on Thanksgiving Day, he is playing and has been doing it all season long.
He really is. Jordan Brooks has just been a perfect partner inside with Bobby Wagner, the veteran who has led this team, been one of the great tacklers. But that sort of combination, we're going to talk about it with San Francisco as well. Those two inside linebackers really are the key to these respective defenses.
Officially gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Elijah Mitchell is the back, and they empty out the backfield. Purdy looking in the middle. It's caught by Deebo Samuel, 1st and goal. As Bobby Wagner brings him down, and the Niners have it at the 2.
There is nobody that is better than Deebo running these little routes. He's just going to work on Bobby Wagner right here. Watch him just sort of drift off the line and give you a little double shake there, and it's just routine. This team does it better than anybody. Work that underneath stuff, and then you're able to get in behind.
Juwan Jennings, the receiver in motion. 1st and goal, McCaffrey to the right, gets stopped inside. No gain in there as Brooks and Wagner, the linebackers, came busting in.
There's a little combo platter for you there. Jordan Brooks goes low and gets the legs. Bobby Wagner comes up high and makes the play up there. So this is going to be a goal line stand, they hope, in Seattle, because so far San Francisco is doing whatever they want.
99, Leonard Williams has been in the backfield a lot of this opening drive for the Seattle defense. 2nd and goal. Inside give to Deebo to the end zone. Samuel, opening drive, touchdown, San Francisco.
These two players are interchangeable. They really are. Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey. So here comes McCaffrey. He's in motion. He's the running back. Deebo's the wide receiver. And yet they just turn around and hand it to the wide receiver, and it's a walk-in touchdown. That motion is just so difficult.
Out of Michigan, Jake Moody adds the extra point. They're tied with Baltimore for the most points on their opening drive in the NFL this season. And San Francisco comes right out of the locker room. 9 plays, 71 yards. Deebo to the house, 709. But a terrific return. They add him to kickoff returns for that explosive pop, and he gave it to him there.
I think this is amongst the most exciting, thrilling moments a football player can ever have. When you're on that...
Zach Charbonnet is the back. Geno Smith's on the move. He's going to slide down here. That didn't look clean. Just a gain of a yard there. So Geno Smith, 33 years old. His stats this year, they're good. They're down from last year when he was the comeback player of the year. Drafted by the Jets in the 2nd round. 2 years he was the starter there. Then a backup for 6 years. 3 of those in Seattle. Backed up Russell Wilson, and then when Wilson was traded, he had a chance to win the job. He did that, and it's year 2 as number 1 for the Hawks. Charbonnet's the running back because of the injury to Kenneth Walker. Smith's throw to DK Metcalf is incomplete. Charvarius Ward over there on that long throw to the sideline.
I guarantee you the coaches in the booth are going, woo, too. That was close. That was a brave throw against a very talented cornerback up there, their best in Charvarius Ward. And as that thing floated just a bit, I think Ward thought he had a chance. That was really perfectly thrown, which is what saved him.
Watching Smith closely. Melissa told you about the elbow injury on Sunday. 3rd and 9. Niners pass rush bringing 5. Geno throws in the middle in traffic. Ward's hands on it again. It's incomplete. He almost had 2. Seahawks will attempt a field goal.
Well, this is just straight up man-to-man coverage here. Charvarius Ward, look how far inside he is, looking right at DK Metcalf. That is pure man-to-man, a little tug of the back of the jersey, but not that much. And that is very close on 2 straight plays. So nothing out of the kickoff return.
Nothing. Got to get this field goal from Jason Myers if you're a Seattle fan. This is from 51 into a little bit of breeze. And Myers knocks it through. Missed what would have been a game winner from 55 against the Rams on Sunday. Gets one here. We have a score on the first 2 drives tonight in Seattle.
Yeah, I was a toss fish down there a little bit earlier.
What happened? Oh, hang on a second. I got to kick off the trailer. Ray McLeod from the goal line. He's got an opening 2 on the side. He's brought down to the 22-yard line, and that's where San Francisco will take over.
Well, I never buy fish, right? You're in the market. You can't go back. Once you said you want 2 fish, they already got them loaded up.
McCaffrey runs to the left, and he gains 2 yards. Well, Brock Purdy can afford it, but not like other quarterbacks. I mean, he's paid as low as anybody in the league because, remember, he was the last pick in the draft. And when they came to Seattle, it was a short week last year. He played through a broken rib and won. And since he took over as the starter, he's been as good as anybody in completion percentage and yards per pass and that passer rating. So you can say he's got scars and all that around him, but what he has been asked to do, he has done so well. 2nd and 8. Time here, and he throws complete. Deebo Samuel catch and run to the 46-yard line. Gain 22, and all these Niner stars are hitting early on.
Boy, I tell you what, it is unfazed, and that guy is something special.
Back to work for the 46, looking downfield. Deebo's open again. He's got him again to the 30-yard line. Pickup of 24 yards, and Deebo a little slow to get up, and another first down for the Niners.
So then you come with the bootleg and going the opposite way that Deebo is going to go. We used to see this play with the New Orleans Saints quite a bit. Come across the field and just another wide open space in there. And so far, San Francisco's offense is just doing whatever they want.
Averaging almost 10 yards per play. Mitchell in with McCaffrey. It'll be Christian on the run. Averaging 10 per play. They get 12 to the 18-yard line. What a start for this 49ers offense.
And you have to work so hard to try and get over the top. And yet on the backside, these wide receivers sometimes are as good a blockers as the line.
Offense, number 15. 10-yard penalty.
The flag was thrown downfield and a little bit late, and the players had already walked up to where the ball was marked at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, I was just singing the praises here of Juwan Jennings, and here he is, and he's going to get called for that block right there that really did spring that play.
Got his arms around Devin Weatherspoon. 5th pick overall in the draft out of Illinois. Star rookie corner in green for Seattle.
And Seattle is answering here with the 3 safety looks. They've got Quandre Diggs, Julian Love, and Jamal Adams back in there. So they are trying to get as many defensive backs on the field as they can and yet not give up big plays in the run.
Timeout. A little confusion there with Mitchell and Kittle. So Kyle 5 in the pattern. Underneath McCaffrey. They rally the ball. It's a gain of 3 as he is knocked back. He'll set up 2nd and long. Jordan Brooks. There again.
Mike, here is so much of what this offense is about. They are going to have somebody in this range and then somebody in behind in that next level. And you look at all these catch and run guys. So Deebo Samuel, he's only 5 yards down the field. McCaffrey only 5 yards down the field. And the minute your linebackers start trying to come up and make those plays, zip, they throw it right in behind you.
Thurday escaping. On the move, firing downfield towards Jennings with Julian Love covering him. Incomplete. 3rd and 14.
Purdy's pretty quick.
He is.
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty legitimate. He had that corner turned and got his shoulders up the field and had a chance. So they're in field goal range now. But with the way they've been moving the football, 3rd and 13 doesn't seem like much.
That's the leader of this defense. Back after a year with the Rams. Thurday, McCaffrey, nothing. Snuffed out and maybe out of field goal range too. Leonard Williams having a quarter here for the Seahawks, finally gets a tackle.
Sort of ironic, isn't it, that you have the guy that's really intended to be brought in here to come over and play the run, and yet here he is, the veteran player, so smart, snipped that screen out all the way and drove them out of field goal range.
It just shows up as a tackle for loss or a tackle. That's a three-point play. Moody would have had a chance from about 52. It was incomplete. Mitch Wisnowski will try to pin DJ Dallas and the Hawks deep. And he will. They'll start from inside their own 10-yard line here with 5 minutes to go. So, first give to Charbonnet, making his first NFL start. Zach Charbonnet gets 3 to the 10. Here's the rest of the Seattle offense.
Geno Smith, West Virginia.
Zach Charbonnet, UCLA. DK Metcalf, Oxford High School.
Tyler Lockett, North Mabee Mustangs.
Will Disley, Bozeman High School.
Noah Fant, Iowa.
Charles Cross, Mississippi State.
Damian Lewis, LSU.
Evan Brown, SMU.
Phil Haynes, Wake Forest.
Jason Peters, Arkansas.
Yeah, that's that Jason Peters. 20th year in the league. He turns 42 in January. Playing his 245th NFL game tonight. Geno trips on the way down, shy of the goal line. And then he's touched down there. They're going to mark him just outside. Interesting to see where he goes down, where the ball is when he's contacted, as he stumbles and bumbles on the way out here. Tied up with Charbonnet. Not touched, and touched there just before the goal line.
He came back out. Terry, you want to take a shot at this one? He's got to pull it back out of the end zone, right? Not touched?
And he did. Once he was touched, the ball was completely in the field of play, not a safety.
Thank you, Terry McCauley, our 3-time Super Bowl referee, with us back in the studio. DJ Dallas just for some room for a normal length long snap for the punt. Stopped at the 6-yard line by Jair Brown, the rookie who's in for Talanoa Hufanga, the safety, out for the rest of the year for San Francisco.
Yeah, and so far Seattle's offense just really struggling against this tremendous San Francisco defense. I think their net yardage is about 0 at this point after 2 drives.
Exactly right. Michael Dixon will kick it. Ray McLeod. See if it's good field position. Good hang time on this guy after fair catch, but only 42 yards. The Niners will take over at the 45, and we are back in 30 seconds after this from AWS.
To build the NFL schedule by hand, it used to take months. Now AWS runs 1 trillion combinations to find the perfect season in a fraction of the time. The NFL analyzes millions of simulations with AI to help predict and prevent injury, and machine learning to take fans deep inside the most incredible plays. AWS is helping to transform the NFL. Imagine what it could do for your business.
This team's met 3 times last year. San Francisco won all 3, including a win in the wild card game in Santa Clara, as the Niners went on to the championship game. They're having their way through the first 15 on Kyle Shanahan's script so far. Right, start from the 45. McCaffrey. Debo going one way. Christian going that way. To the 29. A gain of 16 for McCaffrey. Stopped by Quandre Diggs.
I mean, Christian McCaffrey, even when people just have him completely dead to rights, there's no way this should have been a lengthy gain at all. Right there, he's surrounded, and he ends up picking up 15 yards. That is just a great athlete making a great play.
With 65 yards on 9 touches so far. Now to Deebo Samuel, who's going to throw it. Nope, covered down there. So flip it out of bounds and incomplete. The receiver Brandon Ayuk in the area. Seattle didn't bite on the fake.
Yeah, you could see, and it was hard to know whether or not Ayuk just didn't get the call. I think it was more a case Witherspoon just knew what was up. He did not take the cheese there, and really it was a nice play on the part of Deebo, just throw it away.
Talk about the interchangeability of these players. McCaffrey's out as a receiver. Samuel is the back in the eye. And taking the toss. Moving inside for that 2 or 3 yards there. So third down coming up. Clint Hurtt is the defensive coordinator for the Seahawks.
Yeah, and Clint Hurtt is one of those guys that really came in and made some pretty big changes to this Seahawks defense a year ago, and it paid off, and a lot more pressure. Went from a 4-3 to a 34. Now they're playing a lot of the 3 safety look. But boy, they sure need a play right now to get off the field.
Third and 7. Hawks bring in 5. Purdy's throw is complete. Juwan Jennings not going to get there. Maybe he will. Oh, 3 Seahawks were there. Witherspoon had him. Somehow he escaped and got to the 19 for the first down. What a third effort. Forget second effort by Jennings.
I mean, he's just watching these other guys. Watch this. There's 1. Loop around 2, 3. There's 4. And there's a first down. That was special.
Kittle and Ayuk and Deebo Samuel and McCaffrey. And Juwan Jennings continues to make more plays for this team. McCaffrey to the left for 2.
Well, it's kind of nice that left side once again. One of the great players in all of football, any position, is the 49ers left tackle and Trent Williams. But now, for the first time in a while, they get Aaron Banks, their big left guard, back. And when those 2 guys start making their presence known on that side, generally you're going to get some big plays. And so teams know defensively they have to start with stopping the run over there.
Final seconds of this opening quarter. Purdy in a little bit of trouble here. Wagner's got it. He flipped it forward to Kittle. And ruled on the field at the moment a catch to the 16-yard line. 12. Purdy throws underneath. McCaffrey brought down by Brooks. Wagner waiting. Right there at the 6.
So one of the quickest backs in the National Football League is Christian McCaffrey. Now watch him running straight at the linebacker. I think it was Jordan Brooks here. He has the choice. Christian McCaffrey can go either way that he wants. How'd you like to try and defend that?
Those feet? You see the feet? Man.
Impossible. Oof.
As good as it gets. He'll try the left side. McCaffrey very close to that first down and hit hard there. Once again by Brooks, who has been so busy but so effective. And Bobby Wagner told us the great joy he has had, not just partnering with Jordan Brooks, but seeing him come back after that ACL injury. People said, maybe we'll see him during the season. He was ready for week 1, and he's been playing at a very high level as well.
He certainly has, and really this Seattle defense at a bit of a disadvantage with this short week. There's so many component parts to San Francisco's offense, the motion and everything else. Short week, tough to get ready.
It is first and goal. They did give him the first down at the 2. McCaffrey left side, powering to the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. So San Francisco takes advantage of the short field. 9 plays and 45 yards for the score.
Yeah, we talk about those 2 big guys right there, right? And when they get on that double team, people move. They just cannot hold their ground. And Christian McCaffrey You think of him as being a little scat back guy, but he is a ball of fire when you're trying to tackle him.
Wischnowski holds. Jake Moody kicks. And San Francisco, a dominating start to this one. Yards are 159-0. Points are 14. His name is Cortez Charles. It's the final event culminating a month of community service events and efforts in the Seattle area. Bravo to the many people in the communities, not just around here, but around the country, who band together to reach out with a helping hand for the holidays. No return here. Touchback. They'll take it at the 25-yard line, bringing out Geno Smith, who's moved to the big table. You know what that's like on Thanksgiving, get to the big table. Well, in his younger days, the 20s, numbers weren't good. The situation with the Jets, backing up with the Giants and the Chargers. He backed up Eli and Phillip Rivers. But in his 30s, he's moved to the big table again. Passer ratings up, touchdown to interception ratio, and the second highest completion percentage over that span. Normally, they don't get to your first Pro Bowl at age 32, but Geno's at that big table now. A big mountain to climb here, too. His team just needs some first downs. The Astros, who had the good kickoff return earlier, it's about 9 as he goes to the sidelines there. Unfortunately, the gentleman over there holding the footballs for play took the worst of that hit on the sideline. They'll keep an eye on him over there. Speaking of injuries, Melissa?
Yeah, Mike, I talked to Geno's physical therapist, Dr. Reef, who was working on him during our production meeting, and he said he treated Geno 3 times a day from Monday until late last night. And they focused on reducing the large amount of swelling on the backside of Geno's throwing elbow, which we saw firsthand. Watching him down here, he has received no treatment yet on the sideline.
See how he throws this one, Melissa. Oh, let's see, he's a pickoff on the sideline. It is ruled an interception. Ambry Thomas able to pull it away. There's a conversation still with the officials on that sideline. But Thomas, the third-year man out of Michigan, has his second career pick.
Let's make sure that it was an interception, control, and it looked like knee down. Indeed, that's a heck of a play. And the one thing that we are seeing so far out here is that Geno Smith, while he got healthier, got no practice in, and this has just simply not been sharp. But for Ambry Thomas, he's gotten an opportunity now because Diamador Lenore moved into the slot position. He went outside, and he was the one they wanted to pick on tonight, and he picked back.
Boy, they are pressing the receivers. They are in front of balls here so far. There's been almost no clean completions for Geno tonight.
Wow. I was expecting a good San Francisco 49ers team tonight, but this is something.
They take over for the second consecutive possession in Seahawks territory. The 42. They run Elijah Mitchell to the left for about 2 yards. Kyle Shanahan uses Christian McCaffrey a lot. About 80% of the snaps McCaffrey's played this year, so a chance to get Mitchell some more touches.
Boy, it is nice, and sometimes it just doesn't seem like it matters when they really get this thing going offensively. They just have so many different ways, and they can kind of protect Brock Purdy. He doesn't have to make those long throws outside the numbers because they're so good between the numbers. They really play the game in the middle of the field.
To Mitchell. Good play to knock him back. Jamal Adams, who Chris has been out of this lineup after he suffered a really bad torn quad week 1 last year. Out last week, back this week, and they're glad to have him.
Yeah, and he's the big threat, right? He's the guy that is sort of that linebacker-ish. You know, everybody wants to play nickel defenses now. Well, when Jamal Adams is your 5th defensive back, it's really like having a linebacker on the field anyway.
We're number 6 overall pick by the Jets, traded here back in 2020. 3rd and 11. Purdy's got 5 out there. He's going to try to take off. He's going to be thrown down. Darrell Taylor able to stop the escape. And credit to the Seattle defense as they were backed up there and forced the punting unit on.
Yeah, Darryl Taylor is the guy who will line up very wide. He's a speed rusher, and he just flies up the field. And then when Purdy came around, he was there to get the hook on him. Initially, you didn't know whether or not he grabbed the face mask or not, but clearly did not.
Wisnowski one more time. DJ Dallas going to let it go. And the Gunners are able to keep it alive. Ronnie. Second time the Seahawks start inside their own 10. Charbonnet just got it out of the end zone before the contact. No gain, pinned back Chris because of this great punt.
Yeah, Mitch Wisnowski, who is from Australia, and he has added an element. Watch the way this thing is spinning sideways. 16 punts now down inside the 20-yard line with only one touchback. That is hard to handle.
From his own end zone going deep, and it's caught out of bounds. Metcalf. No catch. Second foot not down. So he went with the shot play, backed up from his own 2 for DK, and he couldn't keep the feet in bounds.
Had a chance. Right on the line, but that impacts defensive backs anyway. So Charvarius Ward and all these 49ers defensive backs have been all over these outcuts, right? So now you put a little thought in their head. Okay, you want to play that way, fine. We're going to take a shot down the field. Didn't hit it, but still will make an impact.
That was only the 10th play run by Seattle. Very close to a delay of game, off in time. Metcalf on the slant, using that powerful body, but can't get to the first down marker. Fred Warner and Diamador Lenore wouldn't let him get there, and Seattle is going to go 3 and out again. They have 1 first down in 4 drives tonight.
Well, if they're going to win this ball game, remember they're not playing with Kenneth Walker, who is their best running back. It is going to have to fall on DK Metcalf and Jackson Smith and Jigba and Tyler Lockett, and so far they have not made those plays in the passing game.
Another Aussie punter, Michael Dixon, just gets that one away. It's 51 yards. Ray McLeod from the 38 trying to get to the edge. No flag came with that block. A lot of folks on the Seattle side thought there would be one, but here's another one from the opposite side of the field. McLeod got the worst of that. There's D. Winters trying to throw his body in front of Brady Russell.
I think D. Winters thought if he hit him with his back, it would somehow be okay.
And the call didn't come from the officials there. The call came from the official on the Niners sideline, 30 yards away. And after discussion, they pick it up. We'll step out for 30 seconds. Right back to Seattle after this.
Knock, knock. Number 1 broker here for the number 1 hitmaker.
Thanks for swinging by, Carl.
No problem. So what are all those for?
This lets me adjust the bass, add more guitar, maybe some drums.
Wow, so many choices.
Yeah, like Schwab. I can get full-service wealth management, advice, invest on my own, and trade on Thinkorswim.
You know Carl is the only front man you need.
Oh, I gotta take this, Carl. It's Schwab.
Schwab.
Have a choice in how you invest with Schwab.
So no flag gives the 49ers the ball at the Seattle 42. They've had excellent field position and have taken advantage of it. Lopsided at the moment, and the margin is 11. So it's that motion Chris was talking about. Debo on the move. Purdy throws in the middle. Brandon Ayuk, the good route runner, to the 36-yard line. Down to Melissa.
Mike, I'm on the Seahawks sideline right behind the bench, and we've been keeping an eye on linebacker Jordan Brooks, who's been pretty heated all night. Moments ago, he called over the entire defense and said, let's get it together. I am not losing to these guys. Pete Carroll talked to us about it. The players talked to us about it. They know the significance of this game.
Yeah, pretty simple math here with that big schedule coming up. There is Brooks in conversation trying to get his guys turned around. The offense hasn't supported them much. Thurday retreats. It's incomplete. Well, there's communication here on the near side as Ayuk was the receiver over there.
You know, I hear Jordan Brooks, and I know what he's saying over there, but the bottom line is the time of possession now is about 16 plus to around 5 minutes. And so you need help from your offensive team as well. You just can't keep kicking the ball back to them with this good field position. Kyle Shanahan and his offense has just dominated the first half of play.
Hughes check in the backfield with McCaffrey. And that is stopped. Nowhere to go up front. Mentioned Leonard Williams a couple of times here tonight. Traded to Seattle from the Giants. Used to be with the Jets. Been a big factor out here so far.
Yeah, isn't it interesting, too, that Leonard Williams, one of the reasons that they signed him was because he played so well against the 49ers when he was with the Giants. And they said, wow, we need some of that on our team.
3rd and 9. Seahawks bring 5. Purdy throws complete for the first down. It's Kittle. George to the 24-yard line in front of Jamal Adams.
So they're going to come with pressure, and that means one-on-one. And certainly Jamal Adams is a very good player, but George Kittle, when he's one-on-one and you get into this sort of physical tussle down the field, even with a guy as big and strong as Adams is, we just see time after time that Kittle wins. And so many times Kittle is asked to block in this offense. Happy to do it, but so many other times in those key moments, he's the one making the play.
The 24, Purdy, shot to Ayuk. Don't know if it was broken up by Witherspoon. They may have got a piece of that. It falls incomplete.
I tell you what, if Witherspoon got a piece of that ball, he's going to come from over here. Watch the back side of this thing as he runs backwards, flips around, sticks his hand out.
The back of his hand?
And it just happened to hit his hand. That young man has played some remarkable football. And again, don't tell me I had that all the way.
Hey, let's give him two pass breakups for that.
That was strong.
Wow, the PBU of the year. 2nd and 10, McCaffrey. To the 20-yard line. So what makes him so good, McCaffrey?
He's not the biggest. He's not the fastest. He's not the strongest. He's not any of those lists. Right. But he is the best. You know, when you put the whole thing together, what do you do with him? You can't just play him with the run. He's so good in the passing game. He's tremendous in pass protection as well. And I think that combination is what makes him so valuable and why the 49ers cave up so much to get him.
Man, has he paid off. In the end zone again already tonight. 3rd and 6. Purdy sets, fires. Deebo Samuel. First and goal, San Francisco at the 7-yard line.
So you have to worry about Ayuk with this route down here. And then you also have to worry about the one that dips in underneath here. And so, you know, what do you do? I mean, if you're Bobby Wagner, you have to cover the touchdown play, and then they come right back underneath, and the protection has been perfect in this game so far.
First and goal for the Niners from the 8. McCaffrey comes left. That door is closed, but he finds a way through, and McCaffrey twirls to the end zone for the touchdown. What a run! His 2nd of the night. He is something.
I mean, we talk about this left side anyway, but now you've got over on that side George Kittle as well, and McCaffrey just refuses to go down. How many times this year have we seen him spin into the end zone, ball held high, 2 hands on it, and San Francisco is a juggernaut right now.
Jake Moody's extra point is good. That's 2 for McCaffrey tonight. It's his 25th game with the 49ers since they acquired him. It's his 29th touchdown, better than 1 per game. 49ers on top 21-3.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly dreaming left its scenes while I was sleeping. It whispered in the sound of silence.
Love did this. This is love's fault. And it hurts. It's devastating. But you always come back for more. What else gets you up this early? What else makes you feel this wild, this ecstatic, this focused, this obsessed? Has to be love. It's in your soul, your head, your heart, your hands. You love the game. It's your nature. Nothing is more real.
Hurry for 2 days of super deals. Earn $15 Kohl's Cash for every $50 spent. Get Barbie dolls $4.99, Beats noise-canceling earbuds under $90, and PJ Pants $8.49 with coupon. Then take 15% off other faves and 10% off select home finds. Kohl's.
This holiday season,
nothing brings the family together like a road trip.
It's time to catch up
1, 2, 3, road trip!
on unfinished business.
I want him found.
Holiday traffic.
You're like James Bond in a minivan.
Crowded stores. Quality family time.
I was a covert assassin. I escaped that life, and now they found us.
What the Family Plan. Streaming soon on Apple TV+. Rated PG-13.
Dude, dog food in the fridge?
It's not dog food. It's Fresh Pet. Real meat, real veggies.
Real weird.
He was bad luck anyway.
This holiday season, Peacock has 2 perfect gifts for football fans. An exclusive NFL game live in primetime. Wow! And an exclusive wildcard game. 2 NFL exclusives only on Peacock.
And this year plans for the holiday season, Illumination, the studio behind Despicable Me and Minions, invite you to take flight into the thrill of the unknown with a funny, feathered family vacation like no other. It's the action-packed new original comedy, Migration. Look forward to it over the holidays. There's John Lynch. He and Kyle Shanahan have made a great team in San Francisco, and both telling us this week they really admire the connection that John Schneider and Pete Carroll have had in Seattle and the success over the years with the Hawks. Seattle's got to get themselves back in this one. Eskridge on the return to the 27-yard line. That's where Seattle will take over. And Chris, here comes one of the stories that we didn't expect to be telling on this Thanksgiving night. Jason Peters.
41 years old, and he's really stepped in, done a great job. When he was in Buffalo, he was a tight end his first year. And Mike Mularkey, who was then the head coach, came to him and he said, you know, tackles make a lot more money than tight ends. And he goes, all right, you don't have to say anymore. Next day, he was a tackle. Jimmy McNally taught him how to play the position, and here he is 20 years later.
See if his offense can get anything going. Gino taking a shot downfield to Metcalf in coverage. It is incomplete as he was blanketed. You talk about Peters and 20 seasons after that free agent signing, undrafted in Buffalo. The quarterbacks he's blocked for over the years as he's gone to 9 Pro Bowls. Drew Bledsoe down to Justin Fields, about a quarter-century span in the age of those guys. Donovan McNabb, Dak, and now here with Gino. He's the oldest tackle to start an NFL game and the 3rd oldest offensive line starter in league history. 28, Charbonnet inside run, got out of a tackle. Gets to the 32. It'll be 3rd down coming up for Seattle.
Yeah, a lot of those guys on the Seattle offense were trying to calculate whether or not they were born when Jason Peters started playing out there. So it really has been quite the story to watch him and play so well. I really think that eventually he's a Hall of Famer. He has been to the Pro Bowl 9 times, 7 of those with the Eagles. Tremendous player.
In desperate need of a third down conversion. We have one. And it's going to be third and longer now.
False start. Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
We did it. We did it to him.
Well, at least you're nice enough to claim that we did it instead of just me.
There's a reason, though. Nick Bosa's lurking over there.
Yeah, we haven't even really talked about the San Francisco defense and the job that they've done. But since adding Chase Young from Washington, got Chase Young and Nick Bosa on either side of the line of scrimmage. Good luck.
They're bringing those 4 now. Gino in trouble, and they got to him. Javon Hargrave, that's the guy they added before the season started, who, Chris, you thought would be a huge pickup, and he has been so far.
I mean, he is so lightning quick inside for a guy his size. He had a tremendous year with Philadelphia, came over here. Now you're going to add him with Bosa and Hargrave and Eric Armstead and Chase Young. And the reason this defense is so good is they don't ever have to blitz to get pressure.
We barely talked about them because they've only been on the field for 14 plays. Ray McLeod sent all the way back to the 22-yard line. Out of the Artie Burns tackle. Out of another tackle. He gets tagged at the 25-yard line by Julian Love. Christian McCaffrey, what an impact he has had. Time for the most touchdowns in the first 25 games for a team that anybody's played in the history of the league.
Something else. He has been great tonight. So is the group in front of him. There has been no pressure to speak of on Brock Purdy, and the holes have been very large, all generated by this offensive line.
McCaffrey looks like he's walking in after a turkey bowl play outside. He's all beat up already. Deebo Samuel tries the edge, and once again, Devin Witherspoon, a big play. Loss of 5 on that one.
So they had to change his helmet after that last series, and then you have to have a new chin strap, and you get that buckled up finally, and then you get the screwdrivers, and then when you get 2 screwdrivers and a lot of blood, then you know you got a great running back. That's how you know that he's not just good. He's great running back. And the double screwdriver thing, only the best get that.
Double screwdriver sounds good at the end of Thanksgiving. 2nd and 15. Purdy, is he over the line? It's caught but out of bounds. As long as any part of his body's hanging over the 20-yard line, he's okay. It looks like he played that to perfection. So onside, but incomplete.
And I'd just like to take a minute to apologize to the entire Madden family.
Let's see. Right down the 20-yard line. Purdy's very, very, very close. Super close there. A shot right down the 20-yard line. Don't know if you could overturn that if you challenged it. In any case, still 3rd and long. 3rd and 15, and man, do the Seahawks need a play. McCaffrey runs. Good job by Quandre Diggs out of the secondary. Gain of 7, and Seattle may get the ball with reasonable field position on this punt after the 2-minute warning. San Francisco has 3 touchdowns. Seattle has 1 first down. Trying to climb back in this game on the other side of the showed you earlier is still on the ground. I think San Francisco has it. So once again, Wisnowski putting the spin on it that makes it hard to catch for punt returners. Dallas couldn't bring it in. San Francisco has the ball.
This is pretty much end over end, that kick, which should have been the easiest of the balls to catch. And when that ball gets on the ground, you really cannot in this league try to pick it up. You just can't. So
San Francisco comes away with it. We also have an injured 49er. Ronnie Bell was at the bottom of the pile and came out with the ball. Special teams comes up with a big play for the 49ers for the second time. And as George Odom, that's what I thought it was. Didn't want to speculate on the idea the player was hurt. Odom is their best special teams player and the leader of that group, and he's jogging off. Chris, it has been mistake-filled here for Seattle. And Dallas will go into the tent and get looked at as well.
Game meant so much to Seattle. You really expected their best, but I'm just not so sure when San Francisco has all the pieces together that they're not just better than teams that are pretty good.
Third time they get the ball in Seattle territory at the 22. McCaffrey the run to the 17. It'll gain 5.
And it's sort of one of the new ways of running this inside zone play. It used to be a handoff, and the 49ers now pitch that play almost exclusively. And because we've seen Brock Purdy come out on the bootleg action off of that, I tell you, Kyle Shanahan just has the Seahawks head spinning right now.
There is his dad, Mike, watching his son work on Thanksgiving. McCaffrey inside run again for only a yard. San Francisco 2 timeouts, 55 seconds, so in control of the clock here. Seattle gets the ball to start the second half. The timeout is taken at 51. We talked about John Madden, of course, Thanksgiving and the treats for the players is such a part of that. Melissa, you got more on Thanksgiving and the players' favorites.
Yes, well, most of those watching at home have already had their Thanksgiving dinner. These players have not, so we did a poll to find out their must-haves. Brock Purdy, cornbread, makes sense, having lived in Iowa for 4 years. Dre Greenlaw said no turkey, put a deer on the table. Geno Smith, he doesn't eat meat, give him some mac and cheese. And Bobby Wagner told us he's not a fan of Thanksgiving food at all, so his mom would make him spaghetti. We have a bunch of these requests ready in case some of these players are stars of the game. No deer, though. You'll be happy to know.
Venison unable to make it, but if Wagner's the player of the game, we got spaghetti for him. So we went next level here. Not just the Thanksgiving turkey or the turducken. We take requests on Sunday Night Football on Thanksgiving night. 3rd and 4 from the 16. Purdy's been carving them up. Deebo Samuel hit hard. And they will be too short of a first down. Pete Carroll out there to take the timeout. Let's see. He's talking to the official. No, he's not. We'll let the clock run down here. And now finally stopped at 35. So 1 left for Seattle, who gets the ball to start the second half. But Chris, we saw Kyle Shanahan thinking about the story he was telling us about Thanksgiving with his family. We asked him what it was like growing up having Thanksgiving at the Shanahan house. And he said, Mom, sister, me, we were waiting for Dad to come home.
Yeah, he said we were all hungry at 3 o'clock, and he wouldn't get home until 7 o'clock at night, and then we're all mad at him by the time he got there. And Kyle said, little did I know eventually I was going to be the enemy. And as soon as I finished dinner, I felt like I went over and just sort of had to take a nap. I was so exhausted. So heavy burden for the leader of the household on Thanksgiving week.
Showing like they're going on 4th and 2. That was just a little draw off deal. And it'll be another timeout taken by the 49ers.
All right, let's take a look at our next gen stats powered by AWS. And it has been all Christian McCaffrey here tonight. He has been absolutely brilliant. 43 yards rushing over expected. I don't know who it is exactly that names what is expected, but Mike, I'm glad it's not Nobody's doing that on me and you. But for Christian McCaffrey, he has had one unbelievable night. Banged up, scraped up, bruised back of his arm, whole thing. But he has been some difference maker, hasn't he? And you just wonder, they brought him over a season ago, and you saw this team really take off. And now they bring over Chase Young, and they add to that defensive line. And does that become the separator even more for this 49ers team?
Yeah, John Lynch has built a heck of a team here. Jake Moody will try a 32-yard field goal. And Wisnowski hold. San Francisco leads by 21 points, 24-3. See if the Seahawks can add anything before the break.
And let's just say, Mike, it was a little gruesome watching him being worked on. His arm was swollen in the tricep, and this guy had a thing like they scoop up crumbs in the restaurant, scraping up and down the back of his arm, and he wasn't wincing, but you and I were, and it was brutal to watch.
From the 24, they've only completed 2 passes in the half. 3 is DK Metcalf. Pulled down right on the 34-yard line. They'll mark him short. Second and inches. After that last timeout, Noah Fant out of bounds. They'll stop the clock here with 14 seconds left, and Jason Peters is hurt. Jason Peters took a shot there, and he's going to come off the field at the moment.
And Stone Forsythe will go out and play, and he has rotated in a little bit for Jason Peters, so not foreign territory here for Seattle's offense.
Didn't have to stop the game with the play clock for him to come out. Thus, Seattle is not forced to use that final timeout because of injury. Here's Smith's throw. It's complete. Tyler Lockett out of bounds right near the first down marker. The 48-yard line. We'll check the spot. Now down to 9 seconds left. Let's see what they'll do with this one shot here.
Well, plenty of time. You've got the entire field open. Great that they were able to work the sidelines early. But now with this timeout, this is probably the last play anyway. If you can get it down in field goal range, you have time to call that timeout and kick it.
And here it is inside. It's Metcalf to the 35. There, a field goal is 53 yards. They take the timeout with 4 seconds left. We'll see if Jason Myers can add it as Peters goes into the injury tent.
Going up against Nick Bosa on the outside. Let's see if we can pick up exactly what happened to Jason Peters. Won't speculate. Hopefully he's okay. Oh.
Tell what is
he grabbing the back of his leg?
Yeah, couldn't tell which one was bothering the most. So let's try Myers here, who had better luck in terms of distance in warm-ups going in this direction, left to right. Light breeze at his back. This is a 53-yard field goal. San Francisco will make him think about for a moment. And he doesn't get the free try at it.
Timeout. San Francisco, their third and final of the half. 30-second timeout.
You know, Myers missed a 55-yard field goal at SoFi against the Rams at the end of the game that would have won it. But it was the mistake. Seattle had that game, Chris, really in control for 3 quarters. And again, you brought it up at the very beginning. Being one back going into tonight, it changed so much. Just the feel around this team coming into this game.
Well, if you cannot come out of here with a win, that's 2 in a row. And the next 3 are just brutal. I mean, they're probably going to be a touchdown underdog in the next 3 games. And so a field goal here at least makes them feel like, all right, we're in this thing. Let's go. Peter, give him a good pep talk.
And they give him the ball and start the second half. From 53, Myers. Nope. Drifted to the right. There's a flag down and a scuffle going on. We've got a helmet off, punches being thrown. And now, always at halftime, you get players who are heading off to the locker room, players coming off the sideline. So the officials try to keep control of this. Let's see if this flag is after the play or during.
Mike, it came in the middle of the play. Watch right here. They're going to flip somebody upside down here. You see Stone Forsythe just takes his man and flips him, and then the melee started from there.
Forsythe and Anthony Bradford were in there. I think it was Javon Kinlaw. Like a wrestling move.
I have never seen that pure a body slam in a football game before.
Niners running off the field. Officials discussing. The Niners field goal was no good. 24-3 the score here at halftime. Here's a look again.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 78. This 15-yard penalty will be enforced in the opening kickoff of the second half.
Talk about a wishbone on Thanksgiving. Man, grabbed him by each leg. All right, so Seattle's down 24-3. They get the kickoff to start the second half. And the Toyota halftime is coming up right after these messages.